In the digital landscape, where sharing is the name of the game, it's amusingly paradoxical that silence exists as a bold statement. Amid all those perfectly filtered birthday cakes and picturesque sunsets, there linger silent observers. You know the type, the friends who are more in the background, deep diving through your feed without making a ripple. Maybe you're one of them. You've got stories to tell, but would rather be a ghost in the machine than a digital demigod. In the whimsical world of psychology, there's a fascinating concept known as psychological ownership. It's that warm, fuzzy sensation when a thought or experience feels extra special, almost like it's your little treasure. But the moment you blast it out on social media, poof, that ownership dribbles away like melted ice cream on a sunny day. Suddenly, what was once yours is up for critique, misinterpretation, or the dreaded meme treatment. Those who keep mum online are sort of like the guardians of their own life story, protecting their memories from prying eyes. Hey everyone, welcome to Psychologist Jeep, the quiet side of the internet for overthinkers, deep feelers, and those mysterious souls who never post anything but somehow see everything. You know who you are, the ones who scroll in silence, type out a comment, then delete it because no one needs to see that. Before we dive in, take a second to like the video, share it with your one emotionally stable friend, and tell us where you're watching from. It's strangely comforting to know other ghosts of the algorithm are out there too. At Psychologist Jeep, we don't chase virality, we chase honesty. We're peeling back the layers of the human mind, one awkward pause and unfinished sentence at a time. This isn't about fixing anyone. It's about laughing at the strange, anxious poetry that makes us human. So if you've ever hovered over the post button for 20 minutes and still chose discard, welcome home. You belong here, among the quiet thinkers, the unposted drafts, and the people who find beauty in observation. Let's explore the human mind together, one weird, beautiful, and wonderfully silent thought at a time. Now you may wonder, why do these elusive beings choose to lurk when everyone else is staging their lives for the likes? While we might peg them as shy introverts, there's a whole psychological fiesta happening beneath that quiet exterior. This silence isn't emptiness, it's a power play. They insist on keeping certain layers of their lives under wraps, claiming control in a world that demands constant visibility and validation. The irony is juicy. While social media dishes out rewards for deafening displays of life, the quiet ones zoom in on clarity. They're the secret detectives of the digital realm, woefully aware of the show's artificiality. With their keen discernment, they observe, analyze, and ponder, a silent rebellion against the constant cacophony that begs for attention. It turns out that those who keep their posting to a minimum often score big on self-restraint and emotional independence. How refreshing, right? Instead of a never-ending quest for external validation, these individuals focus on identity exploration. They're not throwing an audition for acceptance, they're instead crafting a profound self-understanding. This shift away from the noise of performance brings less pressure and a richer experience. Imagine stepping back from the need for hashtags and just living. That's the inner freedom many silent souls have found. Oh, and let's be real, every crumb we toss onto social media isn't just a cute story. It's a crafted identity. When you opt out of the posting parade, you liberate yourself from the need for digital applause. You start living moments authentically, experiencing them without the filter of a camera lens. The quiet ones aren't antisocial, they're anti-highlights reel. Their craving for authenticity is genuine, and they seek depth in a realm saturated with staged perfection. For some, this choice to ghost comes after a bout of emotional burnout, a dawning realization that their online presence morphed from genuine expression to relentless performance. One moment they were sharing life's beautiful snippets, the next they felt smothered beneath a pile of obligatory posts. So, they quietly took their leave. No farewell posts or existential announcements, just a serene withdrawal from the digital spotlight. But let's clear the air. Just because they're not posting doesn't mean they're emotionally vacant. Far from it. In fact, there's an endearing depth of care for presence, meaning, and the sanctity of experiences. Silent observers protect what matters most to them, savoring the imperfections and unfiltered truths life throws their way. In a stage where everyone is striving for visibility, they stand as quiet guardians, valuing the richness of real connection over the clamor of likes. Think about it. When was the last time you experienced something incredible and didn't feel the overwhelming desire to post? Perhaps you aced that job interview or witnessed a breathtaking sunset. The instant rush to shout it out into the digital void is a cultural reflex at this point. This compulsive need for likes, shares, and endless scrolling has trained us to value external validation. So when someone decides to sit out the social media dance, it can feel like an act of rebellion. And honestly, it's a little therapeutic. Imagine this, cooking a sumptuous feast, but instead of photographing every step for Instagram, you're simply savoring the aromas wafting through your kitchen. Traveling without tagging every glorious landmark, but enjoying the adventure purely in the moment. That's the magic of rediscovering self-awareness sans an audience. It's where you begin to delight in the simplicity of experiences, allowing joy and fulfillment to blossom quietly, without the pressure of an online applause. But let's not get carried away. Not every non-poster is doing it from a zen-like haven. Some folks are mostly just dodging the anxiety circus act that social media has morphed into. The pressure to perform for an audience can feel like walking a tightrope over a pit of digital lions. Worrying about being misunderstood or, heaven forbid, ignored drives many to retreat. They want that genuine connection but feel the stakes are too high when the spotlight is on them. Ironically, the most reticent of all may be bubbling with deep thoughts, while their online presence is as quiet as a library on a rainy day. They're choosing silence over spectacle, and that's no small feat in a culture screaming for attention. In their stillness lies a rich life filled with nods, smiles, and sometimes even an unshed tear. They're not ghosting life, they're simply recognizing not everything is meant to be shared. Sometimes, the most beautiful moments dwell in the shadows, away from the blinking cursor of social media feeds. This brings us to the delightful paradox of our digital era. Social media was birthed to foster connection, yet it often leaves us feeling lonelier than ever. When you choose not to post, you start untangling the digital web and begin to rebuild genuine relationships. Instead of chasing that elusive digital closeness, you're standing firm in the real world, setting up your emotional landscape where true bonds flourish like wildflowers. So, while the digital landscape is peppered with likes and shares, there remains a quiet revolution happening among the silent watchers. They're embracing the beauty of invisibility, where identity is shaped away from screens, in the lush, unmonitored spaces of life. Let's raise a toast, not via live video, to those who cherish their unseen victories, finding strength in the quiet spaces where true connections begin. You start to notice who genuinely checks in on you, those rare gems who remember you without needing daily updates. This connection, raw and unfiltered, feels like a warm hug on a chilly day, heavier and infinitely more real than a casual scroll through a feed. You begin to appreciate the beauty of unshared moments, recognizing that real friendships blossom in the quiet, allowing life to unfold organically rather than turning every encounter into content for public consumption. Then there's that cozy feeling of identity security, the bliss of knowing who you are, even when the virtual audience is absent. When you find comfort in your own company, you no longer search for validation through likes or shares. It's not arrogance, it's pure, unadulterated peace. Ironically, the folks who rarely update their social media often have the most intriguing tales to tell. They wait for the right moment, sitting face to face over coffee, ready to share stories that breathe with life instead of pixels. For these individuals, true connection isn't measured in emojis or comments. It's found in the delightful shared silence, spontaneous laughter that doesn't need an audience, and the unguarded moments between friends. They carry entire worlds within them, processing experiences deeply and quietly understanding the human condition. They don't crave applause from the digital crowd. They derive joy from simply living and engaging genuinely, often with a smile that shines brightly in the absence of likes. Isn't it fascinating how the longer someone takes a break from social media, the richer their perception of the world becomes? Colors pop more vibrantly, time seems to slow down, and conversations feel deeper and more fulfilling. Stepping away from the endless stream of noise and distraction allows reality to reclaim its beauty, and each moment transforms into a chance to live unapologetically without needing to construct the perfect post. There's a remarkable simplicity in navigating life without constantly worrying about angles, lighting, or the pitch-perfect captions. You're fully immersed, breathing in experiences instead of filtering them through a digital lens. In a fast-paced world, this unfiltered presence feels like a gentle reminder of the preciousness of now, something that social media often steals away from us in its relentless pursuit of clicks and views. The deeper psychology behind this is even more intriguing. Each time we share something online and bask in the glow of likes, our brains release dopamine, kicking off a cycle of craving validation. Over time, we start to redefine our experiences as content rather than genuine emotions. But consider the audacity of someone who resists that cycle, someone who chooses to disconnect from the dopamine rollercoaster. It's not indifference. It's an act of discipline that requires remarkable self-awareness. Those who abstain from posting often cultivate an internal locus of control, a fancy term meaning their happiness thrives from within instead of needing outside approval. They don't wait for a digital chorus chanting, "You're enough," to feel validated or worthy. This clever independence adds a richness to their authenticity that's often overlooked in the hype of social media validation. In a world craving attention, this is the ultimate counterculture, teaching us the beauty of simply being, with or without the applause. Taking a break from social media can be surprisingly refreshing. Studies reveal that folks who unplug often find their emotional stability and life satisfaction skyrocketing. Why? Because when you're not glued to your screen, constantly seeing your life reflected through others, you cease to edit every moment into a palatable post. Instead, you dive into the beautiful, messy reality of life, embracing all its glorious complexity. Now, that's what we'd call a rebellion against the digital norm. However, let's be honest, cutting the cord doesn't always lead to the peaceful nirvana we hope for. Sometimes, stepping back isn't born from blissful solitude but an overwhelming sense of exhaustion. Social media can quickly become a draining labyrinth where you're bombarded with highlight reels while trying to weave your behind-the-scenes story. You didn't ask for the comparison game, yet there it is, pushing you to doubt your worth when you absolutely shouldn't. This leads many to take the leap away from the scroll not because of bitterness, but a survival instinct. They realize they don't owe the world a spectacle. There's no requirement for a show or a snazzy explanation for their absence. After all, they don't need to plaster smiles online just to earn a seal of happiness from anyone else. This is a key insight of our times. Visibility does not equal value. In fact, the moments that truly matter often play out when no one's watching. No cameras, no captions, just you. Those who take a social media hiatus seem to get this best. They unravel the misconception that privacy equals loneliness. Instead, they find intimacy with themselves. When not broadcasting every fleeting thought, they can tune back into their own inner melodies, those whispering desires, unvoiced fears, and guiding instincts coming back alive in a shower of serenity. Naturally, the path to self-discovery is not always smooth. You might wonder if stepping out makes you invisible or if you're falling behind as the world continues its performance. But after a while, a lovely realization blossoms. Your worth remains intact, even when the spotlight is off. It's like that soothing hum in a room post-storm, a serene reminder that self-value doesn't fade away just because you aren't display-worthy. So, what about everyone who insists, if you didn't post it, did it even happen? Let's face it, The biggest moments that sculpt you often don't make it onto your Instagram feed. Your growth, heartaches, and those little triumphs are meant for the scrapbook of memory, not a scrolling timeline. And honestly, when they reside in the heart rather than online, perhaps that's all that really matters. Psychologists often talk about the importance of authentic self-expression, hammering home the need for congruence between inner self and public persona. Yet in this era of filters and curated feeds, maintaining that alignment can feel like a Herculean task. The distortion is real, but amidst the chaos lies a chance to discover the beauty of simply being unadulterated and free. Navigating through life while carefully curating a version of ourselves for social media validation can be a precarious balancing act. Some folks opt not to post their thoughts and feelings online, choosing instead to live authentically in their own quiet worlds. They don't need the likes or comments to prove their experiences are genuine. It's a refreshing way to exist where every sunset is simply an intimate moment, untainted by the need to capture it for show. Ironically, the quiet observers experience emotions with astonishing intensity. They're hardly distracted by the theatrics of living, allowing them to savor the delicate shifts in reality. Perhaps it's the way the afternoon sun casts playful shadows or the sweet pause before laughter bursts out at a shared joke. Their acute awareness connects them more deeply with life itself, celebrating those nuances that often escape the hurried masses chasing likes and attention. However, this profound presence can sometimes cause confusion for those around them. People might misinterpret their calm demeanor as aloofness or mystery, deeming them detached or cold. If only those onlookers took a moment to peer beneath the surface, they would find a rich tapestry woven from depth rather than emptiness. The silence of the quiet ones carries an unshakable strength that comes from not needing to shout their worth to the world. There's an alluring confidence found in choosing to keep certain truths private. People who prefer minimal online presence understand that not every fragment of their lives requires exposure to the public eye. Some emotions and experiences are simply too precious to surrender to the whims of social media algorithms. Once shared, these moments become fodder for interpretation, losing their rawness in the chaos of trends and opinions. A gentle reminder awaits those who focus on the non-posters in their lives. They're not hiding away, rather, they are embodying a lifestyle steeped in presence and peace. These individuals often cherish the unscripted, unfiltered pockets of existence, the ones untouched by screens or social validation. They're the stewards of nostalgia without the hashtags, reveling in a reality that honors a more intimate connection with their environment. Ultimately, they help us reconnect with a truth many have lost sight of amidst the online noise. Being unseen doesn't equate to being alone, and a quiet soul doesn't imply emptiness. In fact, the most profound expressions of ourselves can manifest in those serene silences, where our truths aren't clamoring for attention. So, let's give a nod to the non-posters. They are not performances, they are people, living, breathing testaments to the beauty of simply being.